Friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are going to look at the next tactical concept, that is decoy. Okay, so after doing deflection, the concept of decoy will be very easy. Okay, let's get started. When we try to move a piece away from its defense, we say deflection. Okay, so deflection can be just moving the piece away. The concept of decoy is slightly more concrete, and what it says that we are trying to deflect the piece to a particular square, that is decoy. Okay, so for example, let's have a look at this position. We see that the white queen can give check from the h7 square. Okay, but after queen h7 check, we realize that the king can escape to f8. No more useful checks. Maybe after queen f5 check, the knight can just block the check. Okay, and nothing can happen after that. So what white realizes that if nothing can be done now, right now he is a piece down. So black is going to get the knight to f6. So he realized that there is a pin on this file. Okay, and he forced the king. See, by the move rook h8. Now see, king cannot go to any other square. He is compelled to take the rook on h8. So king comes to h8, and now we see that bishop, which is supporting the queen, and both are attacking the h7 square, and the queen goes to h7. See, previously the king was able to escape. Now because of the check on h8, the king was decoyed or forced to the square h8, on which square it is in right now. Okay, so the deflection to a particular square is called decoy. Let's look at next position. Let's look at the next position here. White's both rooks are very well placed, and we see that the black king is not able to go anywhere. Okay, so if white just tries to improve the position by taking the rook to 7th rank, then black can just play rook to h1. See, attack the rook, and after the exchange of rooks check, and we see that single rook can only take a pawn, and that too black will be able to take the pawn on f6. So what white does here, he notices that the king is stuck, and if he tries to play rook e8 check king e8, the king will be able to escape on the other side. So what white wants is the rook check on e8, because the f6 pawn is guarding the g7 square. So he has to force the king away. So king is the defender of the e8 square. So black plays the rook to g8. Now see, rook g8 check forces black king to take the rook. And now what we did, we forced the deflection of the king, okay, to the g8 square, and now rook comes to e8 and it becomes a checkmate. So it's a very simple concept. We are forcing the piece away to a particular square to fulfill our objective in the position. Okay. So let's look at the next position here. We see white has an active queen which is quite close to the king. The rook on c1 is also on the open file. Materially, black is somewhat inferior here, queen versus queen. For the rook, there is knight and a pawn, which is slightly less than the rook. Okay, right now, if white tries to win by a forceful means like queen h8 check, then king comes to e7. Then again, maybe if he gives check, queen h4 check, then black can just play the king to e8, and we see that there is no forceful way to get a winning position. After the queen exchange, white is better, but it will take a lot of time to convert that position. What white noted here is that this king, queen and the knight, they are in the same line, okay? And the distance between the king and the queen is less. So what is happening? After the queen check, king comes to e7 and supports the queen. So white uses a small tactic. He uses a pin here. Rook comes to c8, okay? It is pinning the queen, and now see, queen is compelled to take the rook. So what is happening? It is forcing the queen to go slightly away from the king, and now after the check here from h8, king has to go to e7, and then white wins the black queen. So again here we saw that we forced the queen to move away. So we wanted to deflect the queen to a slightly different square. So that is what decoy is. Let's go to next one. Let's have a look at this position. We can easily see that black is somewhat better in material superiority. So for the rook there is a rook, for the queen there is knight and rook. Okay, so knight and rook are not enough for the queen, and on top of that black has also got an extra pawn here. Okay, so now what happened here is white noted that the black's pieces, the rook, queen and the king, they are in the same rank. Okay, and one more thing that white noted, that the knight can go to d7 square from where it is able to give check. Okay, so what we see, the check is not possible right now because of the queen. So queen is one of the defenders, and the queen and rook both are also guarding the square f8. So white starts with the move rook f8 here. See, nicely trying to pin the queen. Also he is trying to force the pieces from the f8 square. Now see, rook takes the rook. It was forced to take. If not taken, then white rook would have taken the queen. So now rook takes the rook on f8. Now again we see the same scenario. Queen cannot leave the rook. Queen has to take the rook. Otherwise queen would be taken for free. So after queen takes the rook, white plays knight to d7 check. See, the knight check is not just a check. The knight is doing fork to the queen on f8 and it's attacking the king on b8 also. That's why what we did, we deflected the queen to the particular square f8. So now king c7 and knight comes to f8. So we see that the concept of decoy is very simple. From here white will be able to win the game very easily. All he has to do is not let all the pawns get exchanged, that's all. With the power of the knight, he has to capture some pawns. So after kd6, white should play the knight to g6, stop the pawn from coming here and getting traded. And then he will bring the king up till here and then try to win this e6 pawn for free. Okay, we will be learning all this, how to win with an extra knight later on. Now this is the last position of decoy. Let's have a look at the pieces here. So white has queen, bishop and knight. The bishop and knight are very active, attacking the f7 pawn. The queen controls the square g7 and h8. It is controlling the whole diagonal. The black king has no place to move. What we note here, queen for queen, knight for knight and bishop for rook. So bishop for rook means black is an exchange up here. So whenever any side has rook for a minor piece, bishop or knight, then is said to be exchange up in the position. What white notices here, that he can attack the pawn on f7, he can capture it right now, okay, and the rook is compelled to take the piece whichever captures on f7. So let's imagine the knight comes to f7. From f7 the knight attacks the queen and knight attacks the h8 square. So based on this idea, white plays the move bishop f7 check. This is the first decoy, forcing the rook to capture the bishop. King had no other place. Now when the knight reaches f7, the knight will attack the queen, but knight f7 will allow just the king to take the knight and black will be still a piece up. So white has a very strong move, queen h8 check, forcing the king to go away. So deflection to the particular square h8, so that he can do knight fork from f7, and after kg7 knight takes the queen and the b7 pawn is also attacked. Now white will win one more pawn over here. Already he is a pawn up and the position becomes winning. Okay, so this was all about decoy here. Okay, so do like, share and subscribe the channel, and also comment if you have any queries. Thanks for your time.